Now, Webmaster Tools is how it's a way you can connect your website to Bing and Google, so that it's instead of you waiting for the bots to come find your site and crawl it, you can actually submit through the Webmaster Tools interface, and Google and Bing just automatically have your site in their system to go check out. So these are sites I've already connected to Google, but I was going to show you the kind of information that you get from being connected to this. You guys see the Google Webmaster Search Console? Okay. So you can, this is the dashboard. I'll just go through the different options. I can check out, we were talking about, see, here's the, talking about going back to schema and whatnot. I have schema markup in my pages. So this, when I connect your holistic harp site to this, you'll actually be able to see if you've got schema happening after this collects the data.
Okay.
So I've got 1,530 pages with web page markup on them. I've got 1,528 with header, with the WordPress header markup on them. And then it tells me if there's errors. So then I could click here and check out the errors and then see if there's something I could do to fix them. Data highlighter. I'm not sure what this is, but there are videos in each of these little, well, some of these sections have videos explaining what they are. But apparently I've set up something here. I know that it has to do with something displaying it in the search results, kind of like the rich snippets thing, but I'm not sure. I'm not gonna, like, you guys can watch the video in your own time. See, this is telling me that I've got duplicate meta descriptions on 41 pages. I've got short meta descriptions on 26 pages. What that means is there's character limits on meta tags. So like the meta title cuts off after like 60 characters, I think. You can have maybe 160 characters in your description. And then the tags, I don't know if there's a limit on tags, but the more you put, the more it looks like you're keyword stuffing. So I would just stick to the basic, most relevant tags if you decide to use tags on your pages. Site links. Okay, site links would be when you do a search result, and when you're searching for something and the search results show up, and it'll show a website, and then it'll have like a little, it'll have the main website, the head or the home page link with the description of the site, and then underneath the site you've got like sections that go to different sections of the website, like an event section, a news section, and things like that. The site links thing in the results, Google will actually they'll show your main title and description, but then they'll put those little links underneath it, kind of showing that your site has subsections to it. So you could go directly to a subsection of the site from the search result instead of having to click on the home page link or whatever. Now this is the search traffic stuff is pretty cool, because this is where you see how your website's performing in search results and where you're, like, what key phrases people are finding you with. So Reverb Nation charts over the past month or so. Yeah, this is close to 30 days. 63 clicks for Reverb Nation charts, 43 clicks for Veramuse, which is a new music app I reviewed. WordPress, I got a tutorial about making full screen resizable backgrounds on WordPress websites. That one gets a lot of hits. Bandzoogle, Machine Micro, that's music production stuff. Reverb Nation ranking, how much do beat makers make, Bandcamp, fan account. This is cool too. This shows you who's linking to you. So I have 26,871 links coming in. And then I can drill down and see where. So independentmusicpromotions.com is sending 8,000 links my way. Indie News at Noon is sending 4,000. Google 2. Sacktown Hip Hop is another one of my blogs. Fun Experience is my artist website. SEO kicks. Wow. pgmusic.com. That's cool. Pinterest, Circle Count.
Discuss, Tumblr, thanks.
Yeah, I used to use Discuss for comments, but I cut it out recently to make the site load faster.
Yep, I did the same.
This is my internal links. So this shows which pages on my website that I'm linking to within my website the most. This is a landing page for the book we wrote. So obviously I'm driving lots of traffic to that in every way possible. So that one's way up there. And then Mid-10 Listens, that's our podcast. Lots of people are hitting the podcast page. Yeah, submit music. That makes sense because we've been getting a lot more submissions lately. But you can see, like, there's the different pages, and then a lot of this, like especially with WordPress, a lot of these are happening automatically because they're appearing in the sidebar and the footer on every single page I create. Every time I create a post or a new page, these things are getting linked to from the sidebar and the footer and the nav bar that appears on every single page. So Google's counting each time a page loads with a link to this stuff, Google's counting those as internal links.
Cool.
This gives me, if I need to make if there's actions I can take manually, this will tell me if anything needs to be improved or fixed. And then this is how many pages Google has indexed. And then you can see what keywords you're using the most. Music,
nice.
new, email, album, Tennessee, band.
Very nice.
This is showing me pages that their loading is impaired because there are blocked resources that the page is asking for, but it can't get them to load or whatever. So it's telling me about all those instances. If you want to remove a specific URL from the search engines, you could request that in here and then have Google remove that page. And then they provide all this info on, they give you the stats, they show you how often they're crawling, how many pages they're crawling in a day, how many kilobytes of data they download, how much time was spent downloading a page. You could go in here and load a specific page from your website and then see how Google renders it as probably how their bots see it, maybe is what that would show you. Now, this is what I'm going to show you guys how to do in a second on your holistic harp site. Sitemaps. A sitemap is usually an XML file. And what it does is it's kind of like the table of contents in a book or an index in a book. It's going to take everything, every page, every article that's been created on your website, and it's going to put it into an XML file. You can then connect the XML file and submit it to Google and Bing, and then they have it on file. And instead of their bots and crawlers having to go do all the extra work of crawling your pages, index your pages, they can take that sitemap and they've got the map to your site right there in front of them. They just follow that. They can just follow the map. They see every page that you have on there. They see how many pages there are and all that stuff, and then they can go through, and you can see on the screen that I've submitted 600, or it does this automatically, but 614 pages have been submitted. Only 526 of them have been indexed. The easiest way that I find to do this is to take this, just to download the file and then upload it to the home directory on your server. But that's going to take me more time, so I'm just going to do this. This way works just as well. Paste this into the footer, and with the Genesis theme, you just put that in here. Or no, I need to put it in the header. Sorry, because Google needs to see that first thing. Let's see. Let me do Bing's while I'm here. I forgot I got to create the sitemap for Bing, which I'm going to do like this.
Oh, actually, I don't know about it. I haven't spent a lot of time digging into this site yet. My other site, Simber.com, that's the one we just installed Yoast on, so I didn't know that Yoast was on this. So good to know.
Okay, you have it under the SEO tab, but you have actually your sitemaps are right there.
Got it.
Okay, yeah, it's already created it for you. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to copy the link, and then we're going to connect it. This is Bing. And then Bing will ask me to add code too. Okay, there's the code. This should verify. And there you go. It was that. It wasn't. That wasn't very like too simple, but it was a bunch of copying and pasting. So I mean, but essentially, it's it's step 1, 2, 3. You go into this dashboard. You enter your URL. It'll ask you for a sitemap link. Bing will ask you for the sitemap link first, and then it'll give you the code. Google gives you the code, and then ask you to submit your sitemap.
Got it.
So Google verified. Now I'm going to go to, now nothing's going to show up here. It's going to take about a week for it to collect the data and then turn it into graphs and everything. But I'm going to go in here to, yeah, sitemaps is under crawl. So all I need to do is add it. I got the link. It's sitemap _index. So then I just tell Google to point Google to that file. Refresh the page, and there it is. It's reading it right now. But so by connecting this, you get access to all that data about keywords and searches on your site and how you're appearing in search engines. And then Google Analytics, if you're using Google Analytics too, they're going to give you even more of that info.